Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's class is a general mobility class with a special focus on the hip joint. So if you have tight hips and can't sit like me, I would suggest that you use a block if you have one, and if you don't have a block, just use a pile of books and just sit on the books. The other alternative is to use a cushion or a bolster like I have now. So just place it under your pelvis and just sit like so. It might give you much easiness into your hips and elevate you from the ground. And if this is not available, you can also roll a thick towel like so and just sit on the towel. Good, let's get started. So legs crossed, find the sit bones. Spine is tall and neutral, so we don't want to be slouching and having a flexed spine. So we want to have a long and lengthened spine without pushing the chest forward. Good, and here we're going to put the left hand on the chest. That hand is just right there to witness whether you are breathing with your upper body or with your tummy. So we don't want to be inhaling like so. We want to use the tummy today for our class. So we inhale and we exhale. We pull that belly button in. The belly button goes all the way through to the spine. Well, at least that's a feeling. It doesn't really happen. And we inhale. And as you inhale, you should feel the ribcage expanding to the front, to the side, and to the back, full of air. And we exhale. We inhale. And we exhale. Two more, keep those shoulders soft. And we inhale. And we exhale, we pull that belly button in. The waist becomes very tiny, and we inhale. And we exhale. Great. Now facing your mat, keeping the legs crossed. Place your hands in front of your shins. So your hands are not too close or too far. If you are on a block, if that's easier for you, just stay where you are and place your hands on the floor. And if you can't reach the floor, just place a cushion in front of you. Right, from here, we're going to move from the belly button and rock the pelvis to the back and flex the spine. So vertebrae after vertebrae, we're going to round that spine. Shoulders are staying away from your ears. The belly button stays pulled in. And from here, from the crown of the head, we arch the spine, going into a spinal extension. The sit bones are trying to stay in contact with the ground, and the spine is lengthening up to the ceiling. Good, and again, we round that spine from the pelvis, pulling the belly button in, rounding the spine, and we inhale, leading with the crown of the head. Arms are straight, not bent. The arms are pushing you away, pushing the chest away from the floor. Good, and exhale, round that pelvis again, round that spine. Belly button is pulled in, and we inhale, leading with the crown of the head and arching the back. So if you feel any compression in the lower back, I would ask you to pull your belly button in and keep a good control of your pelvis. Just don't let everything drop. And exhale. And inhale. One more time, exhale, roll that pelvis away. And inhale, arch that spine. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine. Hands are still in the same position. Spine is long and tall. Sit bones are pushing into the floor. We're going to get into the butterflies pose. So we walk the hands forward. We keep the sit bones on the floor. We don't want to bring the pelvis along with us. We keep that pelvis on the floor. Shoulders are away from your ears. Arms are active and straight. And we try to get a few more millimeters with the fingers. We try to get as much length as we can into that spine. Good, and from here, starting from the belly button, we pull that belly button, we flex that spine, and we come all the way back up to where we started. And neutral spine again. And walk the fingers forward, sit bones heading towards the floor, crown of the head heading away from you. And we hold. You can play along with your rib cage, side to side, to just see whether there is some sort of tightness somewhere. Just find anything that is in your way today. Good, and as we exhale, we glide the hands back towards the shins, and we come back to a neutral spine. One more time, and we walk the hands forward, hip bones, sorry, not hip bones, sit bones heading to the floor, and we hold a few breaths here. So you might be feeling a deep stretch in your inner thighs. That's good. Good, and we exhale. We slide the arms back, belly button in. We flex that spine up. And we come back to neutral position. Right. Keeping that left knee bent, we bring the right leg out of the mat. So if I face you, we would be in this position. Okay. So the left hand or forearm is pushing the left knee down. So you don't want to have any imbalance in your hips. You want the hips to stay squared and right under your shoulders. So that forearm pushes the left knee down, and the right arm is going to be straight, pushing your right knee out, and your right knee is going to resist it. So there is some force happening here. Good, from here we're going to inhale and open that knee out. And we exhale, the arm is resisting that knee, we push that knee in. And again, inhale, open that knee. So you just don't want to have a very loose and uncontrolled movement. We want to control things here. We want to get stronger and get more mobility. And we exhale to come back. Good, let's do 3 more. Inhale and exhale. And we inhale and we exhale. I am not using the front of my shoulders here to activate my arms, but the muscles in my back. And we open. The spine is long and tall. And we exhale to come back. Great, let's do the other side. So right forearm pushing your knee down. It can be your hand, it can be anything else along the arm. We all have different length of arm. So just place your arm there and it will land wherever it will land. So we inhale, we open that left knee, and we exhale and we push it back with resistance. And inhale and exhale. That right knee is staying very stable. It's not coming along, it's not shaking, it's not moving around, it's staying very still, quiet. And we open and we exhale to come back. Let's do 2 more. And inhale to open and exhale to come back, and let's do 1 more. Inhale to open and exhale to come back. Well done. Great. This exercise, the deer, is a bit complicated if you have tight hips. So we will find ourselves in that position with a straight spine. So we don't want to be hanging there or struggling like so. So stay on your bolster, your block, your books, whatever you are using today to elevate yourself from the floor. So if this position is not possible for you, I would suggest that you stay with your legs crossed, or you can have one leg like so. So what we are going to do here is a rotation of the rib cage, isolating the rest. Right, so I'll sit like this for today. I find my center. I don't want to be on one side or the other. So I find my center. It's a deep stretch for the inner thighs. And from here, I'm going to rotate to my right. My spine stays long and lengthened, and I am doing that movement from my ribcage, and my hips are staying very still. Inhale, I get taller. I exhale, I come back, and I inhale, and I rotate to the other side. And I come back to my right. And I rotate to the other side. And let's do 3 more. And to the left. And again. And to the left, we keep that spine very long. The shoulders are soft and relaxed. And to the right again. So we use the arms to lengthen the spine and to get more rotation if we can. And to your left again. Perfect. Walking your hands forward. We try to get as much length as we can. And from here, we're going to walk the hands to your left. And get as much rotation and stretch on that right side as we can. Good, belly button in, so you're not really collapsing on your left thigh. The arms are pushing your chest away from the floor. Good, we hold that a little longer. Good, and we come back to center. Good, and we come back up. Perfect, let's do the other side. Good, find your center and find your balance. Find your comfort in the discomfort, very important. We don't progress without going into the discomfort. That's what I found out. Good, and we rotate to the left. And we rotate to the right. We keep that spine long. The more rotation we get, the more length we get towards the ceiling. Good. And to your left. Always harder for me on that side. I don't know for you, but rotating on the left is always very complicated. And to the left. And to the right. Great. Let's do 2 more. And to the right. Good. And last one. And to your right. Perfect. Walking the hands forward. Try to keep your pelvis is not really going to be on the floor, but you push your sit bones towards the floor. Good. We hold that front position for a little longer. We try to get as much length as we can, and we walk the hands to the right and try to get that left side stretching as much as possible. And we try to keep the shoulders squared, the rib cage squared. There's a lot to think about. So find your balance into this discomfort. feels so good. Great. And we're going to bring the arms to the front and curl back up. Okay, so we're going to get on our fours now. So wrists right under your shoulders, knees under the pelvis, and we keep the legs hip width apart for a start. So we don't want to be in that position for a start, so we keep the knees hip width apart, so we're not considering the outside of the hips when we say hip width apart, but we're considering where the thigh bones get inside the hip socket. Good, so on your fours, wrists under the shoulders, knees under your pelvis, press the shins down. So here, we're going to keep the feet hip width apart and open the knees wider. And we're going to get in our rocking cat. We push the pelvis to the back, the arms are pushing the floor away, and we come forward. We keep the abdominals in. We don't want to be just collapsing like so. We keep some control. And we push back. And we rock forward. And we push back. And we rock forward. We're going to do 3 more. And back. I love that exercise. It's a very simple movement, but it opens my lower back. It feels so good. And forward. And once more to the back. And once more to the front. And we come back to neutral. We bring the knees back to where we started, under the hips. And now we're going to get into our sexy cat. What is the sexy cat? Well, the sexy cat is going in circles with your upper body over your arms and your knees. So we inhale, we move to the front. We exhale, we circle the hips to the left. We round the spine. We go towards the heels. Hands are still pushing the floor away, shoulders are away from your ears, and we shift the hips to the left. And we extend the spine to the front, and again to the left. We round that spine. And we go to the right, and we go to the front. And again, to your left, abdominals are in, and inhale to the front, and exhale towards the back. Inhale to the left and come forward. Let's do one more. And we roll forward and let's switch ways. So we go to the right and to the left. I hope that feels good for you. I really, really love that movement. This is one of my routine exercises early in the morning before I go for my morning walk. It really loosens up my lower back. One more time. Perfect. Good. Cross your legs and just sit on your bum now. So your feet are slightly away from you, not too far, not too close. Hands are at the back. So you're not hanging in your shoulders. We're not at the beach or in the park. So we want to keep some control and length here. The shoulders are rolled at the back. We're not pinching the shoulder blades together. There is a space. Abdominals are in. Spine is tall and proud. Right, from here, we're going to bring the right ankle to the left knee. If this is too difficult for you, just move your left leg away and you do what you can. If you are on the block still, or you want to put a block under your pelvis, just do that. It will elevate you. Right, so I'm going to pull my left knee to me and push my right knee away from me. So that back is staying exactly the same. It's not losing its length and its pride. And we hold. We keep holding. I'm going to count very silently to 10. Good. And as you ease in the stretch, you keep pushing that right knee away from you. Everything is happening inside the hip joint. So we're not shifting the hips, we're keeping the hips very still. Good, let's hold for a little longer. Perfect, and let's change to the other side. Good, keep that spine long, shoulders are rolled back, chest is proud. Good, so just push or pull your right leg to you to find the stretch. It's never the same on each side, so you have to find your point of stretch. So we push that left knee away. No compression in the lower back. We keep that spine very long and we hold. Perfect. We bring that left foot out. Feet are now as wide as your mat. We keep the same position in the upper chest. We roll the knees to the right as we inhale, and we exhale. We bring the knees back and we roll to the left. Exhale and come back. Inhale to the right. Abdominals are working very hard when you bring your legs back to center. And inhale to the left. Exhale, come back. Inhale to the right. And exhale to come back to center. Inhale to your left. And come back to center. Right, cross your legs and get on your fours again. Good, so wrists under the shoulders and knees under the pelvis. Feet and knees are hip width apart. The spine is completely neutral, so we don't want to be hanging like that with no control at all. Abdominals are not working. We're hanging in the shoulders, so it might give us some more tightness around the neck and shoulders. We want to push that upper body away from the floor. Good. From here, we're going to curl the toes under and push the pelvis up into a downward facing dog. Shoulders are soft and relaxed here. If you have to bend your knees today because it helps you, do that. We want to have a long and straight spine without arching the back too much. So once we find that length into the upper body, we straighten the legs. And we push the heels down to the floor as much as possible. Good, and we hold it for a few seconds. We find length at the back of the legs. Good, and we move the shoulders on top of the wrist. And we bring the knees back down. Let's do that 2 more times. And we push that pelvis up. You can walk the legs side to side if you want. Good, let's do a few more like that. Good. Both legs straight. Rolling the shoulders over the wrists and bring the knees back down. Let's do that 1 more time. And we lift that pelvis up to the ceiling. And we hold that downward dog. I love that downward dog. It's one of the greatest movements that was ever created to me. And every single time I do it, it's every single time a new sensation. All right, and we're going to walk the feet to the hands. Hang there for a second, let the head drop, the upper body is heavy. Good, a few breaths and slowly roll yourself back up. Bring your arms up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers and give yourself a nice long stretch. So for that long stretch, we want to have the feet and knees hip width apart. Arms are up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers. So we don't want to push the pelvis away and the ribcage forward. We want to bring everything in a neutral position. And from there, guys, we bring the arms down to the hips. We open the feet as wide as the mat. I'm going to turn slightly here. and we're going to squat. And 1, and come up. We don't want to feel any compression in the lower back, so the abdominals are staying in. Down, and we come back up. And 3, and come back. And 4, and come back. And 5, and come back. 6, and come back. So you're using your glutes and your abdominals to go up. 7, and come back. 8, and come back. 9, come back up. And 10, and we hold and we pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we go back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. And 1, 2, abdominals are staying in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we come up 1 more time. And we squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh my God, that burns. And I am becoming very breathless. Good. Facing your mat again. Feet and knees hip width apart. We bring the arms up. We stretch and we roll back down. We hang there for a moment. Pressing the fingers down. Keeping the toes and the heels pushed into the floor. We bend the right leg. I don't know if you feel it, but I feel a very long and nice stretch in my left leg from my ankle to my hips. And we switch side. We bend that left leg. Straightening the right. And we switch. We bend that right leg again. Good, and we bend the left. Yes, and once more on each side. Last one on the left. And we roll back up, and that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I did, and I hope to see you next time as well. Good, so have a great day.